Fasting. Beyond hunger and into healing. When you hear the word fasting, what immediately comes to mind? For many, it triggers images of starvation, extreme self-denial, or perhaps even a desperate hunger strike. You might associate it with punitive self-deprivation, a grim practice focused solely on what you're missing. But what if we told you that this ancient practice, far from being solely about deprivation, is a profound tool for self-discipline, a powerful catalyst for physical cleansing, and a pathway to mental clarity and spiritual depth? Indeed, the contemporary understanding of fasting is undergoing a remarkable transformation. No longer relegated to the realm of ascetics or religious observances, it has emerged as a scientifically validated approach to health, wellness, and self-mastery. Let's embark on a journey to explore fasting in its multifaceted glory, moving beyond the initial discomfort to uncover its profound potential. A journey through time, fasting's enduring legacy. You might be surprised to learn that fasting is not a modern fad, but a practice woven into the very fabric of human history. Across cultures and continents, our ancestors understood its significance. From the earliest hunter-gatherers, who naturally experienced periods of feasting and famine, to the great spiritual traditions of the East and West, fasting has been a central pillar. Think of the devout practicing abstinence during Lent, Ramadan, or Yom Kippur. These aren't merely acts of self-denial, they are intentional exercises in building self-discipline, fostering empathy, and cultivating a deeper connection to something beyond the everyday. The wisdom of the ages recognized that periodically stepping away from consumption offered more than just physical relief, it offered mental and spiritual renewal. As Mahatma Gandhi, a staunch advocate for mindful living, wisely stated, fasting cleanses the body, mind, and soul. You have to experience it to believe it. This sentiment encapsulates the holistic approach to fasting that has resonated through millennia. The modern Renaissance, fasting for health and vitality. Fast forward to today, and you'll find the scientific community increasingly validating what ancient cultures intuitively understood. The modern resurgence of fasting, particularly intermittent fasting and extended water fasts, is driven by compelling research into its physiological benefits. This isn't about dieting in the conventional sense of calorie restriction, but about strategically timing your eating windows to optimize your body's natural processes. When you fast, you give your digestive system a much-needed break, allowing your body to shift from a growth and storage state to one of repair and cleansing. This is where powerful mechanisms like autophagy kick in, a process often described as cellular self-eating, where your cells purge damaged components and regenerate newer, healthier ones. It's like an internal spring cleaning, a meticulous purging that works to decontaminate and even sterilize your internal environment at a microscopic level. Beyond autophagy, fasting can significantly improve insulin sensitivity, leading to more stable blood sugar levels and better management of body weight. It can reduce inflammation, support gut health, and even boost brain function by increasing the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. In essence, you are giving your body the chance to purify itself from the accumulation of toxins and metabolic waste, providing a profound internal sanitizing effect. Distinguishing intentional fasting from harmful extremes. It's crucial, however, to draw a clear distinction between intentional, well-executed fasting and detrimental practices. Fasting is absolutely not synonymous with starvation. Starvation is an involuntary, life-threatening state of prolonged food deprivation. A hunger strike, while intentional, is often a desperate act of protest, not typically aimed at health optimization. True fasting, practiced wisely, is always undertaken with a sense of prudence and moderation. It's a conscious choice, an act of empowered self-discipline, not a descent into forced self-deprivation or self-harm. You wouldn't engage in self-deprecation by intentionally harming your body. Similarly, responsible fasting is about enhancing your well-being, not diminishing it. The goal is enhancement, not endangerment. As the Roman philosopher Seneca observed, to be everywhere is to be nowhere, but when a man has taken all of himself into himself, he is then truly at home. This speaks to the intentional focus and control inherent in true fasting. The mental fortitude and spiritual clarity. Beyond the physical transformations, the mental and spiritual dimensions of fasting are equally compelling. Engaging in a fast, even an intermittent one, builds incredible mental resilience. You learn to recognize the difference between genuine hunger and mere cravings, mastering impulses that often dictate our daily lives. This is where self-discipline truly shines. You cultivate a profound sense of temperance, regulating your desires rather than being ruled by them. Many describe experiencing enhanced mental clarity, improved focus, and even heightened creativity during fasted states. It's as if the energy your body usually dedicates to digestion is redirected towards cognitive functions. For those who approach it with spiritual intent, fasting can provide a deeper sense of connection, a quieting of the external noise, and an opportunity for introspection. It allows you to practice abstinence not just from food, but from the constant clamor of consumption, fostering a space for inner peace. Navigating your fasting journey with wisdom. If you're considering exploring fasting, remember that prudence and moderation are your guiding stars. There are various approaches. Intermittent fasting, cycles between periods of eating and fasting, like the popular 16/8 method, fast for 16 hours, eat within an 8-hour window. Extended water fasts, longer periods, 24 to 72 hours or more, consuming only water, often for deeper cellular cleansing and metabolic reset. These should always be undertaken with medical supervision, especially if you have underlying health conditions. Dry fasting, abstaining from both food and water. This is an advanced and potentially risky practice that requires extreme caution and professional guidance. Always listen to your body. Fasting is not for everyone. Pregnant or breastfeeding women, individuals with a history of eating disorders, those underweight, or people with certain medical conditions should avoid it or consult a healthcare professional first. Proper hydration during water fasts is vital, and breaking a fast gently is as important as the fast itself to avoid overwhelming your system. Conclusion: embracing the power of intentional pause. Fasting, when approached with knowledge and respect, is far more than mere self-denial. It's a powerful tool for cultivating self-discipline, promoting deep cellular cleansing, and fostering mental and spiritual growth. It's an intentional pause, a conscious choice to step back from constant consumption, allowing your body and mind to reset, repair, and renew. By understanding its mechanisms and practicing it wisely, you can transform it from a concept associated with starvation into a profound practice of empowerment. It's not about self-deprecation, but about honoring your body's innate capacity for healing and resilience. As Leonardo da Vinci famously said, learning never exhausts the mind. Similarly, the wisdom of occasional intentional pause through fasting can rejuvenate both body and mind, paving the way for a more vibrant, disciplined, and balanced you. So, are you ready to explore the ancient art of fasting and unlock its transformative power within you? Luke 4:1-13 describes the temptation of Jesus in the wilderness. Here is an explanation and breakdown. Summary of the passage: Jesus, full of the Holy Spirit, is led into the wilderness, where he fasts for 40 days. During this time, the devil tempts him 3 times. 1. Turning stone into bread, Satan tempts Jesus to use his power selfishly to satisfy his hunger. Jesus replies, "Man shall not live by bread alone." 2. Authority over kingdoms, Satan offers Jesus all the kingdoms of the world if he worships him. Jesus responds, "You shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve." 3. Testing God at the temple, Satan tells Jesus to throw himself down from the temple, quoting scripture that angels will protect him. Jesus answers, "You shall not put the Lord your God to the test." After these temptations, the devil leaves, waiting for a future opportunity. Key themes and meaning. Jesus as the new Adam/Israel, where Adam and Israel failed in temptation, Jesus remains faithful and obedient. The use of scripture: each time, Jesus counters the devil's temptations with scripture, showing the importance of knowing and relying on God's word. Nature of temptation: the devil tempts Jesus in physical, hunger, emotional/spiritual, power, worship, and trust, testing God, areas, reflecting common human struggles. Jesus' victory: by resisting temptation, Jesus demonstrates his sinlessness and readiness for ministry. Preparation for ministry. This event happens right after Jesus' baptism, showing he is spiritually prepared for his public work. Application. When we face temptation, we can look to Jesus' example, relying on the Holy Spirit, using Scripture, and trusting God's plan. Temptation is not a sign of weakness or failure, even Jesus was tempted. The key is our response. In summary, Luke 4:1-13 shows Jesus triumphing over temptation through faithfulness to God's word and mission, modeling for us how to face our own temptations. Peace now and always.